Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling something super relevant to you, especially since you're interested in CBCP certification and how it plays out in places like Ukraine.
Yeah, definitely a hot topic right now.
We've got some really interesting material from Star Trainer EMEA.
Oh, interesting.
They're led by Irina Livchenko. What makes them stand out is that they're a woman-owned business actually operating in Ukraine,
Wow.
right on the front lines of, as they call it, hybrid warfare.
That's going to give them some pretty unique insights into resilience.
Absolutely. So you want to understand why CBCP certification is so important, especially for organizations operating in such a challenging environment like Ukraine.
I'm all ears.
Well, we're going to break down how this expertise can be a literal lifeline. But first, I think we need to understand this whole concept of hybrid warfare. What does that even mean?
Right. So imagine facing not just the traditional military threats, but also cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, economic pressure.
Wow.
It's a constant barrage of challenges designed to really disrupt and destabilize. Organizations in Ukraine are dealing with this complex mix of threats every single day.
So it's not just about surviving a single event. It's about enduring this constant pressure from all sides.
Exactly, yeah. It's relentless.
It sounds incredibly intense.
It really is. And this isn't limited to Ukraine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You think about neighboring countries, Romania, Bulgaria, they're also facing escalating geopolitical risks and increasingly sophisticated cyber attacks.
Nice.
The entire EU is dealing with similar concerns.
Wow, so this is a much wider issue than I initially realized.
It is, and that's why we're seeing these new regulations like the Digital Operational Resilience Act, DORA for short.
Okay.
It's being put in place to strengthen the resilience of critical infrastructure organizations across the whole European Union.
Okay, so the stakes are high, the pressure's on, but I'm still wondering,
Yeah.
where does CBCP certification fit into all of this?
That is the key question. CBCP certification, which is offered by the Disaster Recovery Institute International, DRI, provides a really robust framework for building resilience in the face of these complex, evolving threats.
Okay.
It's about having a deep understanding of business continuity management, from assessing risks and analyzing their potential impacts, to developing strategies, implementing plans, and communicating effectively during a crisis.
So it's like equipping your team with the tools and knowledge they need to not just weather the storm, but actually navigate through it successfully.
Exactly, yeah. And this is where Irina Livchenko's insights become so powerful.
Okay.
She was tasked with actually building a business continuity management program from scratch in just 1 year,
Wow.
under incredibly challenging circumstances in Ukraine.
Talk about pressure. So how did CBCP help her achieve that? What are the specific benefits that made such a difference?
Well, first, it provides a foundation of expertise.
Okay.
This certification ensures that professionals understand those essentials of business continuity management. From risk assessment and business impact analysis, all the way to plan implementation and crisis communication, it's not just about reacting to a crisis, it's about being proactive.
I see.
Having the knowledge and the skills to prepare for potential disruptions before they even happen.
So you're not caught off guard.
Right, exactly. And that actually leads to the second benefit, credibility and confidence. CBCP certification builds trust with stakeholders. Regulators, auditors, clients. It's like a seal of approval, signaling that an organization is serious about resilience and is prepared to handle whatever comes their way.
Right.
This is especially important, in the financial sector, where demonstrating a strong commitment to resilience is just paramount.
Yeah, it makes sense. In such a high-stakes environment, you need to assure everyone that you've got a plan, you've got the expertise to back it up. But wouldn't different regions or industries need different approaches?
Oh, they absolutely would. That's why the CBCP framework is so valuable. It's adaptable. It can be tailored to fit the specific needs of each organization. But the core principles, they stay the same. They're rooted in international best practices.
So it's a solid foundation, but it's flexible enough to be applied in a lot of different contexts. That's impressive.
It is. And another crucial aspect, compliance.
Oh, right.
CBCP aligns with those international standards like ISO 22301, as well as EU regulations like DORA. This helps organizations avoid penalties and reputational damage, which is essential in today's increasingly regulated world.
Right, so it's not just about being prepared, but also meeting all those all-important regulatory requirements. But let's get back to Irina Livchenko and Star Trainer EMEA for a minute.
Sure.
We've talked about the value of CBCP, but I'm really curious to see how these principles actually play out in a real-world, high-pressure environment like Ukraine.
Yeah, that's a great point, and that's exactly what we'll dive into next. Star Trainer EMEA's experience offers some incredible insights into how these CBCP principles can be applied, in the most challenging of circumstances. And it really highlights the importance of this certification for organizations operating in similar situations. So Star Trainer EMEA, they haven't just survived in Ukraine, they've thrived.
Really?
And what's fascinating is they've turned these challenges of operating in a hybrid warfare environment into a strength.
Oh, interesting.
Their firsthand experience has given them a really deep expertise in mitigating both cyber and physical threats.
Right.
Something that, most organizations only theorize about.
Yeah, that's a crucial difference. They're not just dealing with hypothetical scenarios. They're living it every day.
Exactly.
This must give them a unique advantage in understanding those real-world implications.
It does, absolutely. And they've taken that experience and used it to develop very tailored solutions.
Okay.
They focus on the specific needs of Eastern Europe, factoring in things like the region's unique geopolitical instability and the constantly evolving cyber threats.
I see.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, it's really tailored.
So it's about understanding that local context and then crafting strategies that directly address the challenges in that environment.
Precisely.
And you mentioned that they offer two main pathways to building resilience.
Right.
Can you tell us more about those?
Absolutely. One leverages, the Disaster Recovery Institute's professional practices,
Okay.
combined with the NIST cybersecurity framework. Now, you might be thinking, what is NIST?
Yeah.
It stands for the National Institute of Standards and Technology, a U.S. government agency that develops guidelines and standards for various sectors, including cybersecurity.
Okay.
So this approach is all about creating this unified response to hybrid threats by aligning cybersecurity and business continuity efforts.
Okay.
Think of it as, weaving together these two crucial strands to create a stronger defense.
So it's not about having separate cybersecurity and business continuity plans. It's about really integrating those into a single cohesive strategy.
Exactly, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, especially given how interconnected these threats are.
Right. Now, their second pathway focuses on integrating business continuity management systems, BCMS, with information security management systems, ISMS.
Okay.
And this is based on ISO standards. These systems provide a very structured approach to managing and improving an organization's resilience.
I see.
By integrating them, organizations can, meet those international standards, they can strengthen their cyber resilience, and they can also streamline their operations, making everything a lot smoother.
Okay, so two different pathways, both aimed at building resilience. It sounds like they've put a lot of thought into how to approach this from those different angles.
They have, yeah.
Do they ever combine these approaches?
They do, often.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they recommend this kind of hybrid approach, taking the best elements from both pathways to create a really comprehensive solution. But again, it really depends on the needs and the context of the organization.
So it's about tailoring that approach to fit the organization, not the other way around.
Absolutely, yeah.
It seems to be a recurring theme with Star Trainer and EMEA, that focus on customization and real-world application.
Absolutely. And they're not just theorists, they have a proven track record of success.
Oh, great.
Working with organizations across various sectors. So, for example, they helped a financial institution in Romania that was actually being targeted by, advanced persistent threats. Those are those highly sophisticated cyber attacks that are designed to really infiltrate and steal sensitive data over a long period of time.
So not your average hackers. These are, determined, well-resourced attackers.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
So how does Star Trainer EMEA help this financial institution?
They use that combined DRI and NIST framework approach to really help the institution align their cybersecurity and continuity efforts.
Okay.
It helped strengthen their defenses and also improve their incident response times.
I see.
So as a result, they were actually able to significantly reduce the impact of those attacks.
Wow.
And also build greater confidence among their stakeholders.
That's a powerful example of how those frameworks can be applied to address real-world threats. Do they have any other success stories?
Oh, they do, yeah.
Great.
They also worked with an energy provider in Bulgaria to help them achieve those ISO 27001 and 27001 certifications.
And those are the internationally recognized standards for business continuity and information security management.
They are, yeah.
Achieving those is no small feat.
Not at all. And it wasn't just about checking boxes for this energy provider.
Right.
By implementing those standards, they were able to improve their operational stability, and enhance their regulatory compliance.
So it's a great example of how investing in resilience can lead to, tangible benefits for the whole organization, not just in terms of security, but also in terms of efficiency and even reputation.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's important to note that Star Trainer EMEA, they're not just a consulting firm, you know?
Right.
They're a DRI affiliate and a PECB training partner.
Oh, wow.
Meaning that they're authorized to actually deliver certified training programs for various DRI and ISO standards,
Okay.
including CBCP, CBCLA, and CCRP.
So they're not just telling organizations what to do, they're equipping them with the knowledge and skills to do it themselves.
That's right, empowering them to take ownership of their resilience.
Exactly. And their focus on training aligns perfectly with their core belief that resilience isn't just a one-time project, it's an ongoing journey.
It is. It's about building a culture of resilience.
Right.
Where everyone in the organization understands the importance of preparedness and is empowered to contribute to it.
And their work in Ukraine, in a region facing unprecedented challenges, really highlights the importance of this approach.
Absolutely, yeah.
It demonstrates that resilience is not just about surviving a crisis, but about being able to adapt, learn, and emerge even stronger on the other side.
It really is.
That's a powerful message. But how does all of this connect back to our listener and the value of CBCP certification? What are the key takeaways we want to highlight?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we'll explore next. We'll delve into the specific ways in which CBCP certification can empower individuals and organizations to navigate these complex challenges and build a more resilient future.
All right, so we've talked about CBCP certification, and we've seen how Star Trainer EME is using it in Ukraine, a very high-stakes environment. But let's bring it all home. What does all this mean for you, our listener, and the value of getting that CBCP certification, especially given what's happening in Ukraine?
What's happening over there, it really drives home the point that the world is changing, it's becoming more volatile, threats are more complex, they're interconnected.
Right.
And CBCP certification, it's not just a piece of paper, it's a crucial framework for navigating this new landscape. We're talking about building resilience, not just for individual organizations, but for entire societies.
So it goes way beyond just protecting businesses. It's about those essential services, critical infrastructure, and at the end of the day, people's lives.
Absolutely. And the key here is that CBCP isn't just theory, it's grounded in the real world.
Right.
Just like Star Trainer EME's work in Ukraine, they're literally on the front lines. They're dealing with the consequences of hybrid warfare every single day.
Wow, yeah.
Their insights are invaluable for anyone who's trying to build resilience in the face of similar threats.
Right.
And these threats could be anything: cyber attacks, natural disasters, geopolitical instability.
So it's about learning from people who have been there, done that, and emerged stronger. So for someone like our listener interested in CBCP certification, what are the key takeaways?
I'd say there are three big ones. First, CBCP is a comprehensive, globally recognized framework. It's about having that holistic approach to resilience, addressing those technical and human aspects of managing disruptions.
So it's more than just having a plan. It's having the knowledge, skills, and the mindset to actually execute that plan when it matters most.
Precisely. Second, CBCP certification is more relevant than ever, especially for organizations in those regions facing those heightened geopolitical risks and sophisticated cyber threats. It gives professionals the tools to navigate these really complex challenges.
It's about future-proofing, ensuring survival in this uncertain world.
Absolutely. And finally, investing in CBCP is an investment in you.
Right.
It's professional growth, career advancement.
It shows that you're committed to this. You're a leader in this field.
Exactly.
So we've explored the what's and the why of CBCP, but here's something I want you to think about. What challenges is your organization facing? How could a CBCP-trained professional help you handle those and build a more resilient future?
That's a great question to consider. Think about your own unique risks, the potential benefits of having someone with that CBCP knowledge on your team.
And remember, resilience is not just about survival, it's about thriving, even in the face of adversity. It's about using those challenges to learn, to grow, to emerge stronger.
To constantly improve, to never settle.
Exactly. So dive deeper into this world, see how CBCP can empower you to make a difference.
Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay resilient.